The rain had just stopped in Boston. The streets were wet, glowing under the yellow light of broken lamps. Inside a back room of a liquor store, a card game was running. Bills on the table, cigars in the ashtray, tension in the air. Two small-time hustlers, Danny and Cole, had been watching that game for weeks. They knew the players. They knew the guards. They knew the money. Danny whispered, "This is it, man. Quick in, quick out. Nobody gets hurt." Cole grinned. "Easy money. They won't even see us coming." The door crashed open. Masks on. Guns up. Players froze, eyes wide. Cards dropped to the floor. Danny barked, "Hands on the table. Now." Cole swept the cash into a bag, his hands shaking, adrenaline burning through him. One of the gamblers muttered, "Not again." Danny turned his head. "What did you just say?" But there was no time to ask. Sirens wailed in the distance. The two ran out into the night, bag heavy with cash, hearts pounding. Back in the car, Cole laughed. "Told you. Clean job. Like taking candy from a baby." Danny frowned. "Something's off. That guy. He said not again. Like this happened before." Cole shrugged. "Who cares? We're rich, man." But in the city, word traveled fast. By morning, every corner knew what went down. And the wrong people were already asking questions. The mob didn't like surprises. Not this time. And in the shadows, a phone call was made. A single name whispered. A man known only as Soft Kill was on his way. Morning came heavy. Boston looked gray, like the city itself was hung over. Danny counted the money again. Cole drank cheap whiskey straight from the bottle. Danny muttered, "Too much heat. We lay low. No flashy moves." Cole smirked. "Heat? Man, it was perfect. Nobody saw our faces." But somewhere in the North End, inside a restaurant that never closed, a round table was waiting. Old men in suits, speaking quietly over espresso and cigars. One of them tapped the table with his ring. "This can't go unanswered. They think the game is a joke? They think we let anybody rob us twice?" Another one nodded. "The rules matter. Fear keeps the streets clean. Without it, we lose control." The decision was made. A single call placed. A name spoken. Soft Kill. No one really knew where he came from. Some said New York. Some said overseas. But everyone agreed when he was called, someone was already dead. He arrived without noise. Checked into a hotel under a false name. No entourage. No warnings. Just a duffel bag and a calm look in his eyes. He sat by the window, smoking in silence. Then his phone buzzed. A short text. 2 punks. Names attached. Clean job. Send a message. He closed the phone, took a drag, and whispered to himself, "Work is work." Across town, Danny told Cole, "Something's wrong. They're gonna come looking." Cole laughed. "Paranoid, man. Just enjoy the ride." But outside their apartment, a black car slowed, and Soft Kill had already found their street. Night again. The city never slept. It only twitched. Danny sat by the window, blinds half closed, staring at the empty street. He couldn't shake the weight in his gut. Cole was sprawled on the couch, rolling a joint. "Relax, man. You're acting like we hit a bank. It was a card game. Pocket change to those guys." Danny's eyes narrowed. "Those guys don't like being embarrassed. Money ain't the point. Respect is." A knock on the door. Soft. Too soft. Both froze. Cole whispered, "You expecting someone?" Danny shook his head, grabbed the pistol from the table. Another knock. Slow. Patient. Danny crept forward. "Who is it?" Silence. Then a calm voice, deep and steady. "Wrong door. Footsteps faded down the hall. Danny's chest tightened. He opened the door a crack. Nothing. Just the sound of a leaking pipe. Back on the couch, Cole chuckled. See? Paranoid. Just some drunk neighbor. Danny whispered. No, that voice. He wasn't lost. He wanted us to know he was there. Down on the street, leaning against a lamppost, Soft Kill lit a cigarette. He looked up at their window once, then walked away, vanishing into the dark. The message was clear. He could have come in if he wanted. Danny couldn't sleep. The echo of that calm voice kept running circles in his head. Cole, as always, laughed it off. By midnight, they were in a dive bar in South Boston, throwing down cheap shots. Cole shouted over the music. See? Nobody's looking for us. Just ghosts in your head, brother. Danny forced a smile, but he felt eyes on them. A man at the far end of the bar, reading a newspaper. Too still. Too quiet. Danny whispered, "We gotta go." Cole rolled his eyes. "Man, you're killing the buzz." They stumbled out into the alley. The rain had started again, dripping from fire escapes. Cole lit a cigarette. See? No one's. The back door of the bar swung open. Muzzle flash lit the dark. Gunfire cracked, sharp and violent. Danny dove behind a dumpster, bullets tearing concrete. Cole screamed, dropped his smoke, firing blind into the shadows. The alley filled with chaos. Shots ricocheted. Trash cans exploded. Sparks danced. Danny yelled, "Who the hell is it?" But the answer was silence, followed by the steady crunch of footsteps. Soft Kill stepped into the thin light of the alley, gun low, smoke drifting from his barrel. "Calm. No hurry." Cole shouted, "You want us? Come take us." He fired wildly, hitting nothing. Soft Kill ducked behind cover, waited for Cole's clip to run dry. Danny's hands shook. He whispered, "He's not rushing. He's playing us." The shooting stopped. Only rain and silence. Cole panted, reloading, sweat on his forehead. "Where is he?" Danny whispered, "Everywhere." A shadow moved on the rooftop. The hunter wasn't done yet. The alley smelled of gunpowder and rain. Cole's hands shook as he jammed bullets back into his pistol. Danny pressed against the dumpster, heart pounding in his throat. Then silence. No footsteps, no breath, just silence. Danny whispered, "He's gone." Cole laughed nervously. "We scared him off." A single shot rang out, sharp, precise. The brick wall inches from Cole's head shattered. Dust sprayed his face. He froze, eyes wide, sweat dripping. A calm voice drifted through the dark. "Next time I don't miss." Cole panicked, firing into the night again, screaming, "Come on! Show yourself!" Danny grabbed him, dragging him down the alley. "Run, idiot, run!" They stumbled through the wet streets, lungs burning, until they crashed into their apartment, locking the door behind them. Cole collapsed on the floor, chest heaving. "He could have killed me. He had me dead to rights." Danny nodded slowly. "He let us walk." The thought hung heavy. Cole tried to laugh, but it cracked. Why would he let us live? Danny whispered, almost to himself, "Because that's worse. He wants us looking over our shoulders. He wants us broken before he finishes the job." Across town, Soft Kill sat calmly in his hotel room, cleaning his weapon. He poured himself a glass of whiskey, took one sip, and smirked. His phone buzzed. A short message, "Status." He typed back one word, "Afraid." The next morning, the world felt smaller. Danny woke to a pounding on the door. He froze, pistol in hand. But it wasn't Soft Kill. It was the landlord. The man snapped, "Rent's due. Cash only. Don't got it, you're out. Danny pulled a wad of bills from the bag they'd stolen. But when the landlord saw the cash, his eyes went cold. He shook his head. Not here. Not anymore. Word's out about you too. He turned and walked away. Cole cursed. They're freezing us out. At the corner store, the owner refused to sell them groceries. At the gas station, the clerk pretended not to hear. Even the bartender who used to pour them whiskey now locked the door when he saw their faces. Danny muttered, "This ain't chance. Somebody's pulling strings." Cole slammed his fist against the wall. "It's him. He's choking us." And he was right. Soft Kill didn't need to chase them every night. He had other ways. Calls placed. Quiet visits. Promises and threats. Slowly, their little world closed in. By sundown, Danny opened the bag of stolen money. His stomach dropped. Half the bills were gone. Cole shouted, "What the hell?" Danny whispered, "He's been here, inside our place. He wants us to know we can't stop him." Cole laughed nervously, but his voice cracked. "Man's not human." Danny's eyes hardened. "No, he's worse. He's patient." Outside their window, across the street, a figure leaned against a lamppost, smoking, watching, and when Cole pointed his gun out the window, the figure was gone. The walls were closing in. Days without sleep. Nights filled with shadows. Danny sat at the kitchen table, staring at his pistol like it might answer his questions. Cole paced the room, muttering, twitching. "He's everywhere, man. Every corner. Every sound." He stopped, eyes bloodshot. "We can't win this." Danny whispered, "Maybe we can talk to someone. Make it right." Cole snapped. "Talk? To the mob? They want us dead. That's the deal." Silence. Then Cole's voice softened, almost too soft. "Unless, maybe one of us gives the other up. Maybe that buys a way out." Danny's eyes lifted slowly. "Cold. What did you just say?" Cole shrugged, forcing a smile that didn't reach his eyes. "I'm just thinking business. He only needs one of us. Why should it be me?" Danny stood, fury in his voice. "We're brothers, Cole." Cole hissed back, "Brothers don't drag each other into hell." The air turned heavy. Two guns on the same table. Two sets of hands too close. And then 3 slow knocks on the door. Danny froze. Cole whispered, trembling, "It's him." Danny raised his gun. "Don't open it." But Cole's eyes darted to the door, then back to Danny. And in that moment, Danny knew. The real danger wasn't outside. It was standing right across from him. The knocking stopped. Silence again. But betrayal was already in motion. The apartment felt like a coffin. Danny and Cole stood on opposite sides of the table. Guns within reach, trust long gone. Danny whispered, "You'd sell me out." Cole's voice cracked. "I just want to live, man. He's coming either way. One of us can still walk." Before Danny could answer, the window exploded. Glass rained across the room. A single bullet buried itself in the wall, inches from Cole's head. Both men dropped to the floor, firing wildly toward the window. But when the smoke cleared, nothing. Only the sound of footsteps above. The roof. Cole screamed, "He's here!" He bolted for the door, shoving Danny aside. Danny grabbed his arm. "Stop. We stick together or we're dead." Cole's eyes burned with panic. "Better you than me." He raised his gun at Danny. The shot came fast. Too fast. Cole's weapon flew from his hand. His wrist shattered by a precise bullet. He howled in pain. Soft Kill stepped through the broken window, calm, unhurried. His coat barely moved in the wind. Danny pointed his gun. His hand shook. "Stay back. Soft Kill's voice was steady, almost gentle. You already know how this ends. Cole crawled across the floor, bleeding, begging. Wait. Please. I can give you him. Take him. He pointed at Danny, tears on his face. Danny stared at his brother, betrayal cutting deeper than any bullet. He whispered, "You coward." Soft Kill raised his weapon. 2 shots. Clean. Final. The room fell silent, the smell of gunpowder heavy. Both brothers lay still. Soft Kill stood over them, eyes cold. He pulled out his phone, typed one word, "Done." Then he stepped back into the night, disappearing into Boston's rain. And just like that, the rules were restored.